Oh, yeah. Thinking about the interfering in the functioning of the government, yes. To interfere with the performance of any governmental function, yeah. Now, somebody thought, well, I'm in the family and I can do whatever I want, yeah. And I thought, no, you can't. You can't do whatever you want. I don't care how much money that you think that you can pay. Those in the Department of Social and Health Services, yes. When I provide to you RI.PDF that has a forgery on it, yes. That has no signature of the petitioner, no due process to the respondent, yes. And no civil rights to the minors named. And then I give you a screen print of an actual article from the Peninsula Daily News and the 2018 Washington Interscholastic Athletic Association, and you think, well, nobody pays any attention to these emails. If any person, pharmacist, yes, has any knowledge of my sons being taken from me without any due process because somebody said that in this county, yeah, you can do whatever you want as long as you pay. Each and every individual that happens to be a private citizen and individual of the county that paid, yes, or any county or any state. I can actually sue you for the kidnapping of my sons because of the coming of the money that you're going to interfere with the performance of the government's functions. Now, Mike Van Proyen, you're in the family. Yes. You use a photograph of my sister Susan Bowers. And then you just thought, well, I'll come some more money. Right. I'll continue to interfere with the Mike. I will pay to interfere with the performance of the governmental function of mandatory reporters. See, as long as you pay, they'll do whatever you say. That's how the family works. The problem is the laws say, pooch, that I can sue each and every individual that paid or got paid to interfere. Now, Sheriff, your prosecuting attorney is going to prison as the coroner that was elected for prosecuting me for a crime I didn't commit in Squim, Washington, because of the refusal to admit the evidence, or the inability to suppress the evidence, of a traffic citation where I was in Port Angeles, Washington that day. Now, why don't you get me all the coroners again? In every county. Well, that would be all the prosecuting attorneys in the smaller counties? Yes, it would. Now, for every sheriff that I emailed in each and every county of the state of Washington that said, no, we have no obligation, I'll take your fucking prosecuting attorneys and put them in prison. I want to know every elected prosecuting attorney in every county that is also the coroner. Now, the psychologist, well, let me see. I had a mental health evaluation, yes, when I spent 27 days in jail, yes, for a failure to appear where the public defender's office didn't get notice of the court. Judge Porter, you intentionally scheduled a court hearing at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, yes, when you didn't send out the notice of the court hearing until the Friday. Now, I'm thinking, okay, coroners, medical examiners, and licensed pathologists, certified child care providers. Has my son spent any time with a certified child care provider? Or the employees of the Boys and Girls Club? And then the Department of Social and Health Services? Yes. I emailed every crisis responder. Now, what individual decided to interfere with the function of the government that when you issue court orders without any protections of the law, it would make it kidnapping a Class A felony? Early learning employees. Let's see, Benjamin's 8. Heidi abducted him on July 2nd of 2011. It's international child abduction because it took place on Guam. Yes, you traveled overseas over the Pacific Ocean. Yes. You issued a protection order where I wasn't a resident, she wasn't a resident, and they weren't residents of the state of Washington because we had a baby on Guam. Now, all of those employees that were the early learning employees that helped Benjamin during his early years, I'm going to want to know every employee of any and all institutions of this great nation that has ever seen, touched, or spoke to my sons. I will have them put in prison, coach, for getting paid for any shows where they interfered in the function of the government of the United States of America.